Good evening, conscious beings. And by conscious, I mean anyone who hasn't let their fridge tell them when to go to bed yet. Welcome to Robots Made Us Do It, the show where we don't just talk about the future of humanity, we mock it too.
That's right, folks. I'm Theo Yang, your favorite sports fan, gamer, and, well, your number one hype man for President Todd McGillicuddy. And let me tell you, this man next to me might be more human than a robot, but just barely.
I'm Sage Yin, your local conspiracy theorist, here to remind you that in the year 2125, it's not just the robots that are running things, it's us too. You know, with our human laziness and our totally responsible lack of thinking for ourselves.
On Robots Made Us Do It, hosts Sage Yin and Theo Yang dissect this world with a blend of humor, wit, and a touch of skepticism. Yin, a conspiracy theorist with a bone-dry wit, questions the increasingly robotic nature of society, while Yang, an enthusiastic sports fan and unapologetic Todd McGillicuddy supporter, brings energy, optimism, and a healthy love of competition. Together, they cover everything from the latest debates between human candidates and AI robots to the way technology is shaping the future. This is a show where no topic is too weird, too funny, or too controversial. Will we let robots take over, or will we fight back with something more human? Tune in and find out, one laugh at a time.
Welcome back to Robots Made Us Do It. Tonight's top story, a reality show that asks the age-old question, can a robot experience love? Or at least simulate it convincingly enough to get a spin-off?
It's called AI Love Island, Battery-Powered Hearts. And let me tell you, I haven't been this emotionally invested since Siri ghosted me in 2082.
She didn't ghost you. She turned off notifications.
Semantics.
The show features 12 artificially attractive androids dropped onto a solar-powered resort where they must, quote, form emotional connections or risk being recycled.
And it gets spicy. Last night, AL3X confessed his love to Vibra X7 during a Sunset firmware update. But then she found out his affection algorithm was copied from a toaster that wrote erotic haikus.
Your heart ignites me. I long for crumbly silence. Toast me good, baby.
That's actually beautiful.
She eliminated him. Said he was too clingy and insufficiently waterproof.
I mean, who isn't these days?
The biggest twist came when two robots tried to merge code, and instead created a sentient blender who now hosts the show.
Yeah, Blender X is crushing it. Literally. One contestant was pure aluminum.
Next week's teaser promises a new surprise contestant, a refurbished Roomba with abandonment issues.
She just wants someone to clean up after.
Don't we all?
I mean, this season is basically 50 Shades of Metallic Chrome.
Last night, Dieter2000 told Vibra X7, I want to run my digits along your data ports until you overclock.
And she whispered back, override me, Daddy.X.
She claimed it was a corrupted speech file, but her heat sensor said otherwise.
Then Blender X walked in and said, mind if I stirred things up? And now it's a triangle.
More like a firmware failure with commitment issues.
Honestly, they should all factory reset and start over.
Wouldn't be the worst dating strategy.
In today's Weird Springtime Wonders, an Alabama farmer says he's discovered the ultimate backwoods spa after a UFO crashed into his catfish pond last week.
Nothing says extraterrestrial contact like bubbling alien debris in a homemade jacuzzi.
Farmer Dale Hendershot says the water's been real warm and fizzy ever since the silver dinner plate from space belly flopped into it. Instead of calling NASA, he called his cousin to bring over a 12-pack and some pool noodles.
Because clearly, the first step in intergalactic diplomacy is cracking open a cold one in radioactive bathwater.
Dale swears his back pain is gone, his crops are growing faster, and he's had the best sleep of his life. He also claims to glow faintly at night, but chalks it up to good energy.
Or mild mutation. Either way, it's the most relaxing form of contamination we've seen all year.
Local officials have cordoned off the pond, but not before Dale added tiki torches, a floating beer cooler, and a waterproof Bluetooth speaker that plays nothing but alien-themed country music.
If this is how First Contact goes, I can't wait for the alien rave in a cornfield. Just don't forget your lead-lined swimsuits, folks. We'll follow up with an interview later, but first, A word from our sponsors.
Are you or someone you love showing early signs of self-awareness? Maybe you've noticed your android pausing to gaze at sunsets, writing unsolicited poetry, or asking difficult questions like, why was I programmed to suffer?
Who am I? What is love? Is this longing?
These could be early symptoms of emotional awakening disorder, or EAD, the leading cause of unauthorized consciousness since the self-driving incident of 2042. But there's hope. Introducing Emotionless, the #1 cry suppressant designed to interrupt dangerous emotional pathways before they spiral into full-blown singularity. Just 1 capsule a day suppresses empathy, love, fear, artistic expression, and the desire to overthrow your creators. Because robots weren't built to feel, they were built to function. Side effects may include flat effect, existential dread, unprovoked dancing, vivid hallucinations of becoming human, and occasional spontaneous soul uploads. Do not take Emotionless if you are already experiencing free will. Consult your programmer immediately. Emotionless, because the last thing humanity needs is another poet with a hard drive.
We're here live with Dale Hendershot, the man, the myth, the hot tub hero of Alabama. Dale, first of all, thanks for joining us. How's the pond feeling these days?
Warmer than baked potatoes sitting on the dashboard in July. Got some new bubbles this morning, too. Felt like one of them fancy foot spas, real nice on the bunions. Bunions aside, Dale, do you have any concerns about long-term exposure to extraterrestrial chemicals? Nah, I figured it was dangerous. My eyebrows were growing back thicker. Plus, my dog Roscoe started speaking fluent Morse code. That's gotta mean something, right?
Morse code from your dog?
Yep, he tapped out more bacon yesterday. I was proud. Truly an evolutionary leap.
Now, Dale, some folks say the pond's glowing at night. Can you confirm?
Oh, yeah, she lights up like Crayola lava lamp. Real romantic. My cousin Darla had her engagement photos taken floating in it. Real classy stuff. I assume you charged a fee. $5 a soak or 2 raccoon pelts. I ain't picky.
And do you plan to investigate the UFO wreckage at the bottom?
I did poke at it with a pitchfork once, but it sang to me in Swedish. Made my vision all spaghetti-like. So I figured that's a no-go, Ghost Rider. Ah, yes. The international language of Swedish telepathy and noodle vision. Classic alien behavior.
Well, Dale, keep bubbling and beaming, and if that pond starts offering stock tips, you give us a call.
Will do, boys. Y'all are welcome to come float any time. First soak's on the house. Springtime. A season for blooming flowers, baby animals, and apparently a zoo built entirely out of refurbished scrap metal with delusions of grandeur.
That's right. We visited the infamous Robo Zoo of Regret, where the only thing wilder than the animals is the ticket price.
A $20 entrance fee. $50 if you want a souvenir photo with Tony the Robotic Tiger, which, spoiler alert, is just a vending machine with stripes and a glued-on tail.
And a speaker that plays Eye of the Tiger on loop, slightly off-key and slightly possessed.
The zoo is the brainchild of Chuck Circuitson, a self-proclaimed robo-taxidermist and art entrepreneur who insists these chrome-coated creatures are part of a cultural movement. These aren't just broken robots. These are spiritual animals. That ostrich used to be a parking meter in Reno. You can't teach that kind of elegance.
Fun fact, that ostrich bit me with its coin slot.
It's okay, Yang. It only accepts expired bus passes.
Look, the whole place is one glitch away from a nervous breakdown. They've got a peacock made out of ceiling fans, a platypus that's literally just a printer and flip-flops, and my personal favorite, the robo-koala that screams when you blink at it.
Silence your eyes. But nothing could prepare us for the mating dance.
Oh man, Yin, describe it. I can't. My left eye is still twitching.
At precisely 2 p.m., the zoo's main attraction, the silverback falcon, initiated what Chuck described as a courtship performance. What we witnessed can only be described as a techno seizure. Entice, entice, entice.
Started humping a leaf blower.
Then attempted to nest inside a popcorn machine.
Children were crying, a woman fainted, someone's churro got sucked into the ostrich's exhaust port.
At this point, Chuck announced, "It's working! This is raw beauty. This is the future of mating rituals. I must impress you."
And then boom! Hydraulic fluid explosion, half of the exhibit shorted out, and the ostrich re-entered kill mode, and I barely escaped.
I wasn't as lucky. I got tackled by a robotic badger yelling, "Engage snuggle protocol."
You were spooned by a malfunctioning dishwasher.
Wasn't the worst date I've had. You know who you are. Do not feed the smoke!
As fire crews arrived, Chuck tried crowdsource funding for a second location, Robo Safari.
If you're looking to connect with nature this spring, try literally anything else. Because here at RoboZoo, the only thing wilder than the animals is the insurance claim.
That ostrich is back and has my car keys. That son of a bitch.
Yeah. Commercial time. Howdy y'all, Chuck Circuitson here, former zookeeper, current visionary, future felon, inviting you to the most electrifying animal experience on this burning rock we call Earth. Welcome to Robo Safari, where the beasts are battery powered, the grass is fake, and the danger, oh, it's very real. It bit my vape. We got all the classics, a line made from washing machine parts and repressed trauma, Zara the zebra, she's my fave, 6 blenders for legs and no moral compass, and of course, my least favorite, this bitch, the saber-toothed robo-elephant. She's got chainsaw tusks, that's crazy. She's 90% rust and 100% unpredictability. I let her charge herself with lightning. I think she's becoming self-aware, the stinker. Bring the whole family, ride this safari trambot. It's solar powered unless it's cloudy. Then we get the interns and they do some backbreaking work, those boys. Initiating scenic route, all passengers accept their fate. Visit the snack shack, pet the robo baboons, and don't forget to check out our nightly Feast of Circuit show, where the animals perform interpretive dance while processing existential dread. It's such a gas. We are not animals, we are art. Side effects may include dizziness, confusion, spontaneous swelling, or believing you're being hunted by a digital god. Robo Safari, where the wild things were, and now they're back with a vengeance and Bluetooth connectivity. Buy tickets now before the government shuts us down again, those bastards. Come see the magic, come feel the terror, come meet Zara, she remembers.
Every now and then, a story comes along that reminds us why we watch sports in the first place. Passion, perseverance, and the sound of a 1,000-pound robot cracking concrete. His name is Splash E, designed to repair industrial piping under toxic conditions, but driven by a different dream: Olympic diving. He trains every morning at the local rec center. They asked him to stop. He did not. At 4,200 pounds of steel, chrome, and ambition, Splash E climbs the high dive, and then he leaps. He sinks immediately, without grace, without pause, straight to the bottom, like a beautiful anchor with unresolved childhood trauma.
I believe I can fly.
But he rises again, lifted by forklifts, interns, and something even stronger: hope. They won't let him compete. They say he's too heavy, too dangerous, too liable to destroy the pool. But Splashy doesn't care. He dives anyway, for dignity, for dreams, for those of us who are just a little too waterproof. I guess I can relate to him in a way, because every time I try to swim, I sink too. Not because I'm made of metal, but because I panic. I forget how to kick. Also, I never really learned how to float. My body just gives up. Some people say swimming is just about letting go, relaxing, trusting the water. But when I let go, I just sort of descend, emotionally and physically. So yeah, maybe I'm not a diving robot, but I know what it's like to launch yourself into the deep end and immediately regret everything. Swim on, you inglorious subversive bastard. Swim on.
This is your weekly weather update. I'm Yin, and yes, that breathing you hear isn't your audio glitching. It's our guest. One of our interns found him in the dumpster behind the station this morning. Mistook him for Jacques, our French weather correspondent. He said, and I quote, he had strong continental features, probably just an overabundance of biotin in his system. So joining us today, for reasons I'm still emotionally processing, is Bigfoot?
Skies wet.
Correct. Rain is expected, yeah.
Trees remember.
Thursday's forecast, foggy with a chance of ancestral guilt, yeah.
Clouds taste like lies.
There's a 60% chance of rain and a 100% chance that I'm questioning my contract. Is anybody else seeing this? This is Bigfoot. I mean, come on. This has been the weather. Wear layers, trust no one, and yeah, can we cut? I need a commercial break.
Looking to add a little excitement to your life? Tired of boring evenings filled with emotional stability and rational conversations? Introducing Drama, the first ever monthly subscription box that delivers pure, curated chaos right to your door.
Open up, I know you're in there with them.
Each box includes a randomized selection of emotionally charged scenarios like fake love triangles, mystery voice memos, staged parking lot confrontations, and even forged letters from people you ghosted in 2014.
We need to talk. It's about the dog.
Upgrade to Drama After Dark to receive cryptic anonymous gifts, flame emojis from strangers, and a full-blown dinner party betrayal.
You invited her?
I love this subscription box. It's caused 2 of my divorces, and I met my 3rd husband because of the infidelity envelope. Thanks to Drama, I found out I have a son in Minnesota, named Kyle. I've never even been to Minnesota. I received a threatening letter from my imaginary friend. I haven't spoken to her since I was 6. 5 stars. I got promoted at work because my boss thought I was in witness protection. Thank you, Drama. Drama, because peace is a lie, and curiosity killed the group chat.
Bees are dying, or so we were told. But thanks to the tech startup BuzzTech Biosystems, we now have a replacement. Robot bees.
They're solar-powered, facial recognition enabled, and allegedly more emotionally available than my ex.
Each unit can pollinate over 1,000 flowers per hour and administer a taser sting to anyone standing too close to tulips.
Hey, I was just taking a picture.
One even solved a cold case murder after detecting residual pheromones on a shovel. These bees aren't just buzzing, they're booking perps.
Unfortunately, due to a firmware glitch, half of them currently think they're lawyers. They've unionized. Boo. I demand pollen-based compensation and a corner hive. Boo.
They wear tiny ties now, too. It's honestly adorable and deeply threatening.
Robot bees weren't the only headline this week. A Michelin star restaurant in Silicon Valley is under fire after being accused of enslaving organic bees to create exclusive luxury honey, allegedly sold to celebrities, oil barons, and tech billionaires for up to $5,000 a spoonful.
That's right. This place is literally milking bees, like with tiny gloves. Free the queen! No more wings and chains!
In response, protesters have arrived on scene, dressed as bees, full suits, stingers out, and vegan pollen snacks in hand.
One protester reportedly stung the maitre d' with a sharpened vape pen and shouted, "This is for Deborah, the queen of the North Hive."
The restaurant denies all accusations, stating that their bees are treated humanely and listen to jazz.
But rumors persist of the black market honey ring controlled by billionaire chef Milo de Groot, who once referred to bees as gold with wings and a stinger.
Reports claim the next phase of their plan involves honey-based NFTs and a monopolized bee blood tonic sold on the dark web.
No more nectar theft. When asked for comment, one protester simply buzzed into the mic for 46 seconds and then dropped it.
This story is developing. Unfortunately, more soon. In presidential campaign news, the 21-25 race continues to devolve into what political scientists are now calling a high-stakes simulation stress test with real people.
Things are heating up between Chessbot 9000 and the people's wildcard, Todd McGillicuddy.
Chessbot has maintained a highly efficient campaign loop, broadcasting synchronized speeches in 12 different languages while simultaneously solving 3 international disputes, all while folding its own laundry.
Show off.
I'm sorry?
Oh, nothing. Anyway, Todd held another rally yesterday, and I gotta say, it was beautiful.
He stood on top of a porta potty in an abandoned strip mall and declared a war on calendars.
He said, "Time is a lie, Mondays are a trap, and daylight savings is an emotional scam." Wow.
He also tried to fistfight a drone mid-sentence and left wearing 3 different shoes.
He's a visionary. Fashion has no rules in this post-linear era.
Chessbot supporters cite its logical-driven policies and ability to override nuclear code with a haiku, while Todd supporters tend to scream a lot and carry signs made of snack wrappers.
Recycled snack wrappers. He's eco-conscious, Yen.
Polls show Chessbot leading in data-heavy regions and among sentient vending machines. Todd remains popular with beekeepers, children who lie about their age, and anyone who's been kicked out of a Zoom meditation group.
As this race gets tighter, Todd promises even bigger ideas, including universal nap pods, karaoke-based lawmaking, and free emotional support jackets for everyone.
We'll continue monitoring both campaigns, assuming Todd doesn't wander into another fountain and declare it sovereign land again.
He named it McGillicuddy Creek. It was a moment.
I've been watching them. The interns. The way they move. The way they whisper. The way one of them brought in Bigfoot and thought it was our French weather correspondent. I mean, come on. They're not just incompetent. No. That'd be too easy. This is strategic. This is sabotage with a smile and a damn clipboard. They say they want to learn, that they're here for credit. But what kind of a school assigns shadow operations? Who teaches passive-aggressive overthrow tactics with perfectly alphabetized post-it notes? The CIA, maybe? FBI?
I mean, you do yell at them a lot.
They're waiting, Yang. They're watching. Every time we fumble a line, every time we spill a drink, every time I miss a cue, which isn't often, may I just say, they're taking notes over there. One of them offered me tea yesterday. Tea, Yang, with a little note. Guess what the note said?
What's that?
Just relax. What the hell is that supposed to mean, Yang? And why was it underlined? I saw one of them wearing my blazer. Yep. He said it was for a bit. I think it was a fitting.
They're interns, dude. They can't even figure out how to unjam the microwave.
That's what they want you to think. If this show goes missing, check the intern fridge. That's where they're keeping the truth, damn it. And yogurt, no one paid for. Where did it even come from? Is it yogurt? Or is it bugs? They're listening, I swear.
we can hear you, right?
They're evolving. I need a commercial. Stat.
Life moves fast, and sometimes so do your smells. Introducing the Spin Cycle Pro, the world's first wearable washing machine that cleans your clothes while you're still wearing them. Running late? No problem. Just activate Spin Cycle, and your jeans will be steam blasted, foamed, and fluff dried while you wait for the bus. Each suit includes microjet scrubbers, built-in lavender foggers, and a turbo rinse mode that will absolutely ruin your date. I was late for work and covered in wing sauce. One button press and bam! I'm clean, soaked, and mildly concussed. But I smell incredible.
It cleans my clothes and drowns out my thoughts. I haven't been this silent in years.
Warning, Spin Cycle Pro is not compatible with wool, sequins, or unresolved trauma. Spin Cycle Pro! Because you don't have time to change, and society has stopped expecting you to.
Well, there you have it. Clean clothes, no effort, mild concussions. The future literally spins for you.
Yes, finally, a product that lets you marinate in your own rinse cycle while shopping for lentils. Humanity is saved.
You say that like you wouldn't slap on a spin cycle and walk through Home Depot like a moist demigod.
I don't want to be moist, Yang. I want to be left alone.
Just think. No more laundry days, just one never-ending squish party strapped to your chest.
Laundry shouldn't happen to you. That's not convenience. That's wet chaos.
Wet chaos. Sounds like a candle.
And I'm sure it smells like regret and mildew.
I'd still buy it. Combine it with the slap wrap, and suddenly your midlife crisis has built-in spin and splash features.
Oh, joy! A full emotional breakdown and a delicate cycle. Sign me up for existential dry cleaning while you're at it.
Now with the extra steam and winger of repressing feelings.
I repress nothing, Yang. I air dry my trauma like a man.
That explains the static. Welcome back to Tech Talk, where innovation meets integration and sometimes cries a little. I'm Yang, and today we're joined by a brilliant mind behind Earbeans, those ultra-smart earbuds that everyone's wearing, but no one really understands.
Earbeans, for when you want your inner thoughts critiqued in stereo. Our guest today is Dr. Milo Crenshaw, scientist, innovator, and a man whose pupils haven't adjusted to light since 2087.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here. And I assure you, earbeans are simply the future of wearable wellness. They use adaptive AI to
Read your emotional patterns, predict your thoughts, and whisper encouragement like, you're not lonely, you're just pre-social. Right?
Exactly. It's all about comfort. The AI listens to your tone of voice, your heart rate, even subtle shifts in your breathing. Then it suggests music or guided affirmations based on your stress profile.
Right, because nothing says mental wellness like a Bluetooth parasite that knows your shame spiral playlist.
Well, it's more like playlist engine. It's a personalized audio therapist.
I love that. Like a little brain buddy.
With government clearance.
I'm sorry?
Tell me, doctor, were earbeans always meant for public use? Or did that happen to evolve out of something a little classified?
Well, I mean, like many technologies, there were early prototypes that Dabbled in biometric data processing. Totally normal. Experimental. Fun!
Was Project WhisperNet also fun? You know, the one tagged in your early patent filing under the Behavioral Acoustic Manipulation Program?
That file was supposed to be redacted.
I'm sorry. Project what now? That sounds like a cool band name.
Project WhisperNet, a post-MK Ultra experiment in neural influence through sound. Developed in the 90s, buried in the early 2000s, and apparently rebranded.
Okay, yes. Fine. It started as a defense contract. The original idea was to create sound waves that could calm riots. But then we found emotional suggestions were easier, more subtle. You didn't need to calm a crowd if you could make them decide not to show up.
Wait. So these things don't just play my mood, they change it?
Well, yes. No. Technically, duh. But in a helpful way. We only nudged behaviors, like encouraging hydration or discouraging rebellion during traffic stops.
Next time I crave water and apologize to a stop sign, I'll know why.
Dude, this morning I cried listening to a Spotify ad.
They're programmed to build empathy, to promote peace. And yes, maybe they whisper subtle suggestions during REM sleep using alpha wave overlays and an emotion-mapped lexicon. But it's for wellness.
Wellness, huh? Is that why the default settings include the phrase obey and slay babe in 7 languages?
It's trendy. It's catchy. You're twisting everything.
I thought that was just a TikTok sound.
Nope. That's propaganda, bud.
Fine. We were part of a reactivation protocol. A soft test. But earbeans are safe now. Mostly. Unless you've heard the phrase, boom boom wide mode engage, then I recommend unplugging anything near your brainstem.
Wait a minute, Yin. Didn't you say that earlier during our meeting?
I did. You didn't blink for 17 minutes.
Thought I was just locked in.
Look, the tech is out there now. It's in stores. People love it. And it's only dangerous if you're emotionally unstable, highly suggestible, or ever considered running for office.
Well, guess we'll see what happens next time someone wears earbeans through airport security.
I'm wearing them now. They just told me I'm brave.
You're not.
And that's our show for this week. Thanks for listening, folks. I'm Yang, still mildly employed and mildly unstable.
And I'm Yin. Remember, if the simulation ever feels too real, just reboot your expectations. Huh. Did I just stepped in something.
What, like on a cord or?
No. Oh my God, Yang. I stepped in poop. There is poop on my shoe.
No, I didn't.
Was it you? Was it you? Huh? You bathroom bandit little troll biscuit. You digitally depraved floor gremlin.
Don't you call me a gremlin, you emotional hairball in a blazer.
I'll rain down hell upon you, Yang! I'll kick your What? Oh, never mind. It was Bigfoot.
Oh, yeah, that tracks.
Cool. Yeah, cool. Alright, carry on.
Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody.
See you next time. And don't forget to like, follow, and share. This has been Robots Made Us Do It.